Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my November 2022 TBR. So this is mostly a Nonfiction November TBR. Nonfiction November is put on by a book Olive. I will have her announcement video linked down below. It is an initiative to try to read either more nonfiction if you don't read nonfiction at all, or just read a little. So if you don't normally read nonfiction, you just need to read one book to participate. If you read one or two maybe a month, then just read a couple more than that to, you know, just to up how many this month you read. If you're somebody who reads nonfiction all the time, maybe just use the word prompts to kind of redirect your reading. So she gives 1 word prompts. I have books that are corresponding to them. I have 9 total. Are my pile of possibilities. I have so many other books I could put on here, ebooks, audiobooks, and physical books, but I'm just, these 9 are the top ones at this point, so that those are the ones that I have put towards each of the prompts. So as I said, the prompts this year are they're all 1-word prompts that you can take in any way that you want to. So the first one so it's record, element, border, and secret. So again, as I said, I split up my stuff to kind of match. So let's just go with that. So the first one, record, I have 3 possibilities. One is Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow. This is one of the books I want to read for my presidential biography project, where I'm reading books on each president, but also around some of the more key figures in history. So I haven't got very far. I haven't got past Alexander Hamilton, who I want to get to this year. I haven't read any this year. This has been, like I said, a really low nonfiction year for me. So I'm trying to get through a few of the things that I meant to read. So this is one of them. I do have this on audio, so I could listen to that. I don't know if I will finish this in November. It might be one that I start and then finish in December, but we will see. But I would like to get to that. Again, record of his life. So that's how I use that one. Another record one is The Lonely City, Adventures in the Art of Being Alone by Olivia Lang. This one I picked because it's been on my TBR, one of the longest books on my TBR physically that I haven't read yet, that has to do with Olivia Lang moving, I believe, to New York City, yeah, in her mid-30s, and then her dealing with loneliness of being there. Being someone who has lived on my own for many years, I'm kind of interested to see how somebody would deal, other people deal with it, maybe who are not used to being by themselves. I'm not quite sure. So I considered this a record because it's a record of her time over this period where she is writing this about. So that's how I did that one. Another one that's my last record one is On the Red Hill by Mike Parker. So this is another memoir, but this one is talking about Mike Parker and his partner who inherited, I think, a house and some property in Wales from some friends who passed away. And so I think it's a record of them getting to know the area and the house and the town, you know, kind of, or wherever they're at. So I think it's just kind of a record of that experience. So that's what I put for record. Element, I've only picked 1. I do have a lot of nature ones I could maybe slot in. But I wanted to keep my list kind of small. And a lot of these is that I'm picking books that I've been meaning to read for a while. And so this is another one that I picked up a while ago that I have not read yet. And that is Waterfalls of Stars by Roseanne Alexander. My 10 Years on the Island of Skomer, something like that. Anyway, so this I picked up a couple years ago because everybody was reading it at the time. And really pretty hardback book. Anyway, and it's talking about her and her partner being on an island, pretty much isolated for those 10 years. I think they're watching out for their nature reserve kind of thing. Anyway, but I put this for element because it had waterfalls, water, and then they're in the ocean, they're on an island, so they're surrounded by water and on land. Anyway, that's as good as I got. That's as good as we're gonna go. But that one I would like to get to again. It's been on my TBR for several years, and it's a different kind of memoir than some of the other ones that I picked up. So I picked up all different kinds this time. I'm trying to mix it around, but that one I want to get to finish that off. I then have 2 books for Border. The first one is Islands of Abandonment, Life in a Post-Human Landscape by Carl Flynn. So this is talking about areas where people used to live and now they don't live there anymore, but for different reasons of why they had to move out, either due to economic reasons or disasters like Chernobyl and some other ones. So this is, I'm using this as Border because they're like areas that have, that once you cross those borders into those areas, it's totally different. It's like the landscape is different from maybe somewhere else. I don't know. That was as close as I could get, but I want to get this done. I started this in August. This is a book that this year is on my, still on my currently reading, and I'd like to finish it because I was really enjoying it. Just, I read it on vacation, and then I got back and then my reading kind of changed. So I set it down and I go, I'll just finish it in Nonfiction November. So I do want to finish that. My other one for Border is Notes on a Foreign Country, An American Abroad in a Post-American World by Susie Hansen. So this is one I'm not sure about. This is talking about a woman who I think traveled a lot of areas like Iraq, Greece, Turkey, Afghanistan, and Iran. I think during times after 9/11, and just some of the things that she experienced while she was there. I picked this book up quite a little bit ago, and I've been meaning to read it. So I'm hoping to get to this one as well. Borders, because she'll be going to different countries, and again, it's different from, you know, America. So I want some views on that. So I just think that sounded interesting, and I want to get to that. And then I have 3 books that are for Secret. Oh, I could have picked so much for this one. This was hard to pick, to kind of only pick 3. But these are all books that, or 2 of them, well, one of them for sure is like been on my TBR for a really long time. And the other ones are just, I want to get to, or at least try them. One of them I want to try is No One Tells You This by Glynis McNichol. So I think I'm not sure if she is a reporter. Well, she's some kind of writer. Anyway, but she is talking about, you know, coming to be 40 and single and childless, and how people respond to her, you know, because she's focused on her career and that's what she wants to focus on. And I think people dealing with her choices and how to deal with that. And again, being someone who is in my 40s, childless, single at this point, I'm kind of curious to see what she says and how different that is for me. I don't expect to, you know, like think the same things or have anywhere near the same experiences, because clearly she's been more places probably than I have and know more people. But, you know, I still want to kind of read that. So that one I'm using for Secret, because nobody tells you this. A book that's been on my TBR for quite a long time. I don't remember when I bought this, or I got it fairly cheap at some point. I don't know. Oh, it looks like 2017, so I've had this quite a while. So this is Modern Romance by Aziz Ansari, I think is how it says his name. This one, I do have an audio from the library, so I might listen to this. And this is just talking about, you know, how romance has changed over the years. And again, you know, it's gone very mobile and online and stuff like that. So I'm not sure there's like a lot of, there are some, it's a little bit mixed media in here too. So I just want to get this off my shelf, you know, like read it to know if I want to keep it or get rid of it, but I haven't got to it yet. So I put it here, and I put Secret because what do I know about modern romance? I'm single. Anyway, yes, I kind of want to stay that way. But the point is that I don't know anything about it. So what the hell? Anyway, and then the last one I have for Secret is The Hidden Life of Trees by Peter Willimond. I'm not sure how you say that. This is translated by Jane Billinghurst. I'm not sure from what language. I'll have to look into that. This one is, again, about trees. So what they feel, how they communicate, discoveries from a secret world. So this has secret in the subtitle. So I've been wanting to read this for quite a few years. I have quite a few nature books, but this is the one I really want to get to. Just talking about trees. I don't know, just sounds interesting. I don't know a lot about them overall. So I just thought, hey, what the heck? Get this done. So those are all, and again, it's Secret because it's in the title. So those are my nonfiction picks. These are the ones I'd like to get to. I don't think I'll get to everything. I'm hoping to, my goal is to get through over half of them, so 5 of them but we will see what happens. So anyway, so those are those. Then I have a couple books that I want to read beyond nonfiction. These are my, like, well, one's a novel, is a buddy read that I'm doing with Tia and All the Books. We are continuing the Innkeeper Chronicles series by Alona Andrews. This is Sweep in Peace. This is the second book in this series, so I'm really forward to get back to this one. This one is a sci-fi urban fantasy where we're following Dina, who is an innkeeper who has this inn in Texas, and she mostly caters to aliens. Anyway, but it has a lot of urban fantasy feels to it with the way the action is, and but the world building is really cool because we get other worlds and other different takes on different legends and things like that. So anyway, I really enjoyed the first book, Clean Sweep, so I'm glad to continue it. T and I will be reading about mid-month. And then I need to continue the Mistborn Era 2 series. So I read Alloy of Law in August, and I just haven't picked up any more. And the fourth book in the series, The Lost Metal, is coming out in the middle of the month, I think the 15th of November. And I'm on the library hold list on number 12. So I'm going to get it really quick. So I need to read the next two books to be ready for number 4. So this is book number 2, Shadows of Self, and then book number 3, Bands of Mourning. So my goal is to read Shadows of Self early in the month and get that done. And then pick this up about mid-month when The Lost Metal is being released, but I won't get it from the library probably for another week because they have to put all the stuff on the book. Anyway, so hopefully then I'll get it and I'll be able to read it. I might not read, I mean, I'm going to try to read, I might be reading all 3 of these in 1 month. That's kind of scary, but they're at least, they're about, you know, they're under, one's 500 pages, one's about 430. So it's not, they're not like they're super huge compared to some of his other books, but I'm reading a lot of Sanderson this week. So we'll see how that goes. So those are all the books that I'm going to read for November. Are there anything that you think I definitely need to pick up sooner rather than later? Any of those nonfiction ones, let me know where I should start. I'm not sure. And as I said, I got a couple that have audiobooks, some that don't. I just said I do want to read a lot of those. I am taking part in NaNoWriMo or National Novel Writing Month. So my reading will be less than it has been in the last couple months because I want to focus on writing. But I should, as I said, that's why I think I'm going to get back into audiobooks because I will be able to listen at work, for some of them and get through some of them. So I'm hoping I'll get through quite a bit of nonfiction, nonfiction, and then try to get better. This year has just not been a good nonfiction year for me. I just have not been picking it up, and I really want to get back into that. So anyway, again, let me know if any of these I need to pick up sooner rather than later. What are you reading for November? Are you doing nonfiction November, or are you doing one of the other readathons? Let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.